One love, God bless. Far Nelson here, and today I'm going to talk to you about the worst days of people's lives. So the worst days of people's lives, lots of times people say this phrase, and I don't really think they know what that truly means, And warning, if you're watching this video, if you're not trying to hear hard truths, if you're not trying to awake out of the Maya, out of the illusion that you're living in, then you probably shouldn't watch my videos. Just a quick warning that this video is going to be more direct, upfront, and it might have a few triggering topics that are going to make you think, make you expand your mind, make you think differently. So that's a quick warning, if you're not ready for these things, you should go ahead and swipe out, go watch a different video of mine. But this video is going to be touching in a different way. It's going to be a true inner look at our own selves and our lives and the situations that goes on in our lives. So the worst days of people's lives. When we really think about this and we say this, we're saying, oh, we're having the worst day of our life, or this is the worst time of our life. We just kind of mosey around it. But to actually witness somebody having the worst day of their life, the worst moment of their life, it really humbles you. It really brings you to a full overstanding and understanding that the worst days of your life may have not actually been the worst days of your life. And 9 times out of 10, they're not even close. We have to realize the worst days of our life is a real thing. And once we have come to acceptance of this, we have a lot less bad days in our life, because it's not worst days, it's a lot less bad days in our life. The days that we have that seem like the worst days aren't really so bad as we think they are. I was driving and there was a bunch of traffic. I'm sure everybody was upset, super late, just getting home and stuff like this. And it's been quite the hectic couple days, actually, in a good way. There's always blessings that comes with curses when you're living in a righteous path, at least. So I've had a hectic couple of days of a lot of blessings, a lot of testings as well. Okay, guy, just walk through the camera. A lot of testings as well, but many, many blessings in the past couple of days. That's why I've been absent. And I was driving home today in traffic, just thinking of, I need to do this, I need to do that, letting myself, just go in cycles in my head, while still, of course, keeping hold of the blessings I have accomplished, during today and throughout these couple of days. But just going through my head about, this traffic, and I, just need to get home so I can do this and that, and make a video and meditate for an hour, and wash my hair real good and do all these things I've been, meaning to do for the past 2 days. And I just been so busy to do them. And driving home in traffic, I was really feeling, the symptoms of, this has been a bad day, a bad couple of days, or, things like this. And I wasn't really aware of how much I was kind of just letting myself get into this negativity, in this moment. And I was really humbled by the grace of the Most High when I passed why, the reason of this traffic jam. And this is where it gets triggering. This is where you might be, you might feel something because you're supposed to feel something. But when I came to why there was a traffic jam, there was cop cars all around and everybody had to merge into one lane maybe 2 lanes, but so it's like a 5-6 lane highway, and we're all trying to merge. And right there, when this cop circle that they've created, you see an examinator van. And you're looking at the scene, and I look down and I see a lifeless body of a woman who must have been on a motorcycle and got in a tragic accident. And seeing that lifeless body, and I actually saw them flip over the woman, the body, you know. And I didn't see their face, thank God, you know, thank the Most High, thank Jah. I didn't see their face, and I think that was part of Jah's blessings for me that day, is for her to be flipped as I was passing by, instead of me seeing the gruesome face of someone who has, you know, passed, for all I know, 30 minutes ago. But I saw this person being flipped, and I could see their whole backside ripped, shredded, you know. Their skin was decently not so shredded, but their clothes were completely shredded. And it just made me really think. It just hit me so hard as I prayed for that person. And I was thinking as I was praying, I said, oh my gosh, I need to go back in prayer and pray for their family as well. Pray for their loved ones. Pray for any of their friends. It made me, as I was leading my prayer, go back deep into my prayer so I could really meditate and pray for these people. Because we have to realize that in life, we get many worst days, actual worst days. And what I was witnessing right then and there was someone's actual worst day. For that person, of course, the person that, you know, is being in the process of transferring over to their next destiny, that's a tough process. That's a terrible, gruesome process. Hopefully it was fast and as painless as possible, and they did as much as they needed to in this world. But that is a real worst day. It is a best day. Don't get twisted. Don't fear death. Because it is one of our best days where we figure out the next step of our spiritual existence. But it's also a worst day. It is also a day filled with pain, filled with sorrow, filled with regret. Also filled with great memories, filled with blessings, filled with love. But we have to realize that our worst days are never our worst days 9 times out of 10, unless it's coming to us getting that phone call that so-and-so passed, that so-and-so was in the hospital. And I could even say, hearing that so-and-so was in the hospital isn't even our worst days. Even us being in the hospital isn't even our worst days. Even us or so-and-so getting the terminal diagnostic is not our worst day. Diagnosis, that's it. Even us getting a terminal diagnosis, which means we're going to die, is not our worst day. There's still always hope as long as we're still alive. As long as we're still have breath in our lungs, even if it's from a machine helping push that oxygen in and out, there's still hope for us. There's still hope for us to live a positive life, to not continue to live our worst days. And that's another beauty about worst days, is it's usually just one day. It's usually just one moment. It's the feelings that carry with that information that leaves us thinking that this is the worst month, this is the worst year of our life, this is the worst times of our life. But we have to realize that we are so blessed. We are so blessed, and there's so much that we can and should be doing. There's so much we should be saying thank you for to the Most High at all times. It doesn't matter if it's 333 or 444. You don't need to have a reminder to say thank you to the Most High. And that was another tidbit. That was another little tip for you, by the way, is when you see these spiritual numbers, these angel numbers, they're not just for us to look up and see exactly what it means and get all hype about these things that are supposed to be manifesting in our life, according to Google. But it's time for you to thank the Most High for your abundance. Thank the Most High for your wealth. Thank the Most High for your love, for your faith, for your forgiveness, for your patience. When we see these angel numbers, and even if it's 636, or 737, or 646, or stuff like this, we don't need to have a excuse or a perfect 333 lineup or a 222 lineup. And what I mean by 222 is 2:22 a.m., 2:22 p.m., things like this. If you know what angel numbers and spiritual numbers are, or when you're looking out and you see a sign that says 222, or see a license plate that says 333, these are angel numbers. We should be taking this time to thank the Most High. We see certain things in our life. We see things from an outside perspective sometimes. Sometimes we see these things from an outside perspective as an example for us. And it's not in a this world is mine and nobody else is actually real type of way, but we live in a universe that isn't linear. It isn't straight. It isn't in any type of format that we could fathom. It's more like a helix, like a DNA strand where things cross into each other and swerve out, and time is in a spiral. It's more like a tornado that forms, then collapses on itself, then forms downward, then collapses on itself, and forward, then forms back again to a regular tornado. This is how time works. It's everything. Not time, this is how the universe works. It's everything is connected when we are able to interpret the message. And for me, seeing that person that was once full of life, maybe speeding through traffic, having a great time on this, machine, me seeing that, it really humbled me and made me realize that, oh my God. Praise Yahweh that I do not have to get that call that so many people are getting today. Regardless if you're the one that is deceased, regardless if you're the one that is injured beyond bringing back to life, we have to really, really understand how intense, how saddening, how heartstring ripping it must be to get that call that a loved one of yours, a spouse of yours, a best friend of yours has passed. We have to really sit on that and realize every single day that we have each other, every single day that we have ourselves, in this overstanding of life, that one day we will pass. One day this person will pass. One day our mom will pass. One day our dad will pass. One day the person we love will pass. One day my dogs will pass. One day all these things will pass. When we truly understand that and understand that, then we are able to free ourselves from the burdens of death, from the burdens of those worst days. And then you realize the blessing of knowing death, of confronting death. You realize that I don't have worst days. Worst days are so rare for I. Worst days do not come as often as we have been thinking. For the Most High is always guiding us to our best and highest self, to our best and highest lessons, even sometimes when we're not ready, but hopefully we are. You know, there's always hope. There is always more time as long as you have breath in your body, as long as you still have life. There's always more blessings around the corner. We have to cherish our life. We don't need to be living reckless. We don't need to be living wild we don't need to be living for thrills. It's okay to have fun. It's okay to go on adventures. It's okay to go on hikes. It's okay to go on ATV. It's okay to go dirt bike riding. You know, it's okay to ride a motorcycle. But we don't want to be doing these things and worshiping these man-made things to the point where we're losing touch with our own true divinity, with our own true mortality, with our own true purpose. And it's not to go fast. It's not to be the most coolest person. It's not to have the most fun. I know people think that this world is about having fun, about laughing all the time. But it's not. We have a higher purpose. We don't need to be getting caught up in these man-made things and these man-made attractions and these man-made devices that are only going to cause our destruction. And I know that may be harsh when I'm talking about someone who has, passed from a motorcycle accident. But we have to realize it's from worshiping men's devices. We have to realize we are worshiping things that weren't made by the Most High. We have to be in touch with the Most High, walk that divine path. If you're going to do something, do it smart, do it righteous, do it with the knowance, the wisdom that we are higher than what we are indulging in. That this is not our love. Our love is our connection with the divine. Our love is meditation. Our love is prayer. Our love is seeing the Most High manifested into reality. Our love is making miracles come true. We have to get in touch with our worst days of our life. The worst days for most people's lives in general aren't their worst days. The only worst day isn't even when we die. It's when the people that we truly, truly love pass. But we have to come to terms with this truth, this divine truth that this will happen. And it's as simple as that, unfortunately, that this will happen. This will come to pass. Lots of people that we love, as long as we are fulfilling our divine mission and we're living and still beating, and our heart is still beating and we are eating healing foods and this and that. Once we start to outlive our elders and some of our friends and family, we are going to really have some of those worst days. But once you have gone through it, you will be stronger. Sometimes we have to suffer less later. That's an old video that I did a couple weeks ago or a week ago. Sometimes we have to suffer now so that we suffer less later. So we have to realize the worst days aren't here. The worst days may have happened for you. But there is no worst days when it comes to life. There's only worst days when it comes to death, when it comes to mortality. And you have to truly, truly understand that it's not the worst days for those people who are dying. It's the worst days for those who love them. So be at peace with that. Let them transition peacefully and truly understand that they are in a better place. They are in a place filled with wisdom and love and light. They are in a place where their connection with the Most High is untampered. There's no barrier, no boundary to their connection and the love they feel from the Most High through you, through the Most High, through I and I. So that's just something that I really found myself meditating on the drive home, and realizing how intense this world can truly be. Our worst days, our worst weeks, our worst months are hardly anything compared to what our true worst day is. And I say day because I want to say days, but it's really a day. And once we are able to figure out what the worst day is, which is dealing with others' death, once we figure this out, that is the true worst day, we are able to put on the iron breastplate, the golden breastplate of the Most High, and realize we are able to handle these things. We are able to deal with them, hopefully at least. Of course, we're not going to handle it exactly the way we anticipate. But the fact that we have brought that to our awareness, to our meditation, will help us with this. Instead of people who are just blindly living in life as sheep, and then somebody passes and they're distraught for months and months and months, or years and years and years, not dealing with the traumas that come with these things. So I want you to take time today, or take time whenever you can, to truly meditate on your worst days and laugh at them. If they aren't death, laugh at them. Realize the blessings that came with those terrible days, Realize the blessings that came with that trauma that you experienced. Realize the blessings that you still have able to be unfolded because you are still here, living your best days, living your however many days you have on this earth, on this universe. So we have to use our time wisely, use our time righteously. We're all here for a reason. We're not here to just have fun and laugh and do all these things. You don't see a bunch of animals just laughing and, every 30 minutes to an hour about something. It's not a normal thing. We're supposed to be at a constant state of peace and serenity, and that is pure joy. Once you figure out how to get there, that's pure joy. Maybe I'll do a video on that. And it's a constant effort. It's a constant discipline. It's a constant awareness. But it is a truth. You can be in pure joy. You can be in pure bliss, pure serenity, and true enlightenment. But you have to take life for what it is. You have to realize life for what it is. And it's such a beautiful DNA strand of mix of messages and all types of lessons. All types of blessings, all types of lessons. But you have to realize and get out of this victim mindset that you may be in, and realize that the Most High is working for our greatest good. And you're not having the worst day of your life. And if you are having the worst day of your life, I'm very sorry for you. I'm sorry for your loss. And I pray that you find understanding that they are in a better place, transitioning to a higher realm. And not only that, they were sent so they can help you on your journey. They can help you be the most divine source and person that you can be truly. So realize that know that you are blessed. It's not your worst day. It is a day of blessings. So that's all I got for you. One love. If you haven't, please subscribe, comment, like, share, all those good things. And like I said, I just came here out of the blue just because I saw what was going on and really felt like I needed to take the time and speak on the blessings of life today, on how you're not having the worst days, nine times out of 10, of course there's a situation where someone does pass, but 9 times out of 10, compared to that family that's getting that terrible phone call, compared to that husband that's getting that terrible phone call, even the boyfriend, man, my heart goes out to them, because that is tough. That is sad. That is very sad to be laid out on the road and just being taken pictures of by the examiners, and everybody's just trying to honk and get around, and it's sad. But for the person that actually passed, the person who actually died, it isn't sad, and we have to be there for them and let them patiently transition. So one love, man, I don't know. It was just so deep to me. I just keep thinking. But the Most High, let me just go. Because the Most High is just going to keep on telling me different things and keep on putting things in my head to keep on telling y'all. And I really just think because it's been so long, 2 days is a long time to take a break from doing these videos. And I really appreciate everybody that's been supporting and keeping me on a higher spirit, because every day isn't as easy, as 1, 2, 3, let's just go make a YouTube video. I obviously have lots of things going on in my life. And so all the comments, all the likes, all the sharing, all the subscribing, it really helps motivate me to make these videos, because honestly, I'd rather just meditate during this time. But I use this time to help share with others, and then I meditate, and then I do all my other stuff. So yeah, you have a blessed day. Realize you're blessed, and don't let the ways of the world confuse you to think otherwise. One love.